Hi everyone! We are going to be talking about what is in our very last art bag of the school year. Cannot believe that it's the end of the year and could never have predicted the twists and turns for this school year, but we did it. We did it together as a group. So first we're going to talk about, this is a science project bag. And like I said, you're going to need a few things. Cooking oil, you'll need cooking oil. You'll need, obviously, water. You'll need a cup. You don't have to have a jar. I know I put jars on the things that you'll need, but I used a water glass for mine, and it was perfect. A medium-sized water glass is perfect. Okay, so we have flour, and this is definitely more flour than you're going to need, but I just thought put it in there because if you want to make multiple different colors of three-dimensional paint, then you'll want to use more flour. So for three-dimensional paint, you're going to need the flour, and I posted the actual YouTube tutorial on how to do it. And then you'll need shaving cream and food coloring. Okay, and that's going to be super fun. They're really going to enjoy that one. This is an Alka-Seltzer, and for our lava lamp, I would recommend you go out and get a box of these because they're just so fun to do science experiments with. They cannot be consumed by children. It's not safe for kids to consume them. Having said that, I purposely bought the one without the stimulant in it, but it's still not safe, okay? So just, and I'm sure they won't even try to eat it. It doesn't look appetizing, but just so you know. And every cup of, or every bag of Epsom salt is exactly 1 cup, or pretty close to being 1 cup, because that's what the recipe calls to make your own crystals. Okay, so thought I could take the measuring out of it for you guys. And then everybody got 1 food coloring. So this is another thing I would recommend maybe going out and getting more than 1 color, because for instance, when we do the science project where you put 3 colors in a little cup of oil, you mix it and it looks brown, and then when you put it into the water, the colors actually separate. I mean, they don't actually separate because they were never really mixed because it's oil and water, but it looks super cool because they come down not mixed, not brown. They're the color that they were before, and so that requires obviously more than 1 food coloring. Also, when you do the lava lamp, you can also, if you mix 2 primary colors, and then you have the whole sort of investigative, what color do you think these 2 colors are going to make? Talk about primary and secondary colors, and then see if they guessed it, if they were correct, if their hypothesis was correct, and all of that. That would look really cool. I'm actually going to try that one with my son too. So that is all for the science project. The other, like the remove the eggshell, it's just vinegar and an egg. So that's stuff that you probably have on hand, if not, it's super inexpensive. And let me look at the rest. Yep, those are all the parts for the science projects. I hope you guys send me videos and pictures. I cannot wait to see. Okay, so moving on, we have it's negative, positive space splatter art. And as I explain in the tutorial video next, it does not have to be splatter art. So if the word splatter just is too much, not cleaning all that up, know that they can just take a paintbrush and they can paint over it, or they can finger paint it, or they can balloon stamp paint it. However you guys want to do it, it's going to still be really beautiful. So those are these 2, and once they cut these out, they'll be in the shape of a heart. And you want to make sure you keep both pieces. So when they cut out the heart, you're going to want to keep, I had one just here. You want to keep, here it is, the heart, obviously, but then also the background of the heart, because we're going to be learning about negative space. Okay, and I just provided 2 in case There was an uh-oh with one of them because the paper's pretty thick and it's hard, which is perfect for exercising their cutting muscles at the end of the year, but two just in case. And then if you want to use a different color besides these colors construction paper, feel free. Sunshine handprint. I love this one. It's like something that you'll want to frame. So I talked about it in GroupMe, but I just wanted to reiterate, it's going to be a hand over hand project. Okay, so that means your hand's going to be on their hand guiding them as they come up. When I do it with the kiddos, I'll paint their hand, and usually I'll ask, how does that feel? Is it cold? Is it relaxing? And just kind of, you know, it's a sensory experience. And then I take their hand gently and I say, okay, we're gonna stamp it. And then I go 1, 2, 3, off, 1, 2, 3. And then if you need more paint, put more paint and then do it again. And keep doing it until you go all the way around in a circle. You want to try to keep their palm relatively in the same place so it looks like the center of the sun. What I would highly recommend for this project is that you use different colors because it deepens the way that the sun looks. It's more detailed looking. So for example, when I have done this before, I do all yellow first, and you don't have to wait for it to dry to go over it with the second and third coat. Then I'll take orange and I will do less stamping than I did for the yellow. Like the yellow's the predominant background sort of shape of the sun. And then once I'm done with the orange, I do red, and the red I do the least amount of hand stamps. Okay, so it makes it look a little more three-dimensional too. Okay, so that is that. Okay, we have our letters. We have X, Y, and Z. They're right here, right in front of my face. Okay. So with the letters, they have, and same thing like we've been doing all year, cut out the shape, talk about the shape, and then whatever is attached back of it, the yarn, they could cut it or not cut it, and then put glue, pinch your fingers, and then put it on the letter. And you can always think and talk about what other words start with that sound. Okay, so we've got the Y, we've got X-rays. That's another thing you could talk about is what is an X-ray and what are those things in the picture. Explain the bones. And then we've got zebras. And if they want to, they could color the zebras before they cut them out and paste them to their letter Z. That would be fun. So we have worksheets. We have our worksheets. We have the SH book. That's something we've been talking about in the force class, is the sound of these two letters and how they change when they're put together. And then we've got a seashell worksheet. This one I didn't put on the calendar, but I found it last minute and I was like, oh, I got to get this in there. This is practicing to be mindful. I love this worksheet because they break down what it feels like, looks like, sounds like to be mindful in a way that's super age appropriate. I would recommend parents that you do this exercise and the worksheet even, or you could just do it in your head with your child. So that way you're not only just teaching them to be mindful, but you're doing it along with them, which is a great practice. It's been something I've kind of been doing a lot and it's been great. And then the last one, I put it in the calendar as rainbow worksheet. Not sure why I did that, but it's not. So don't go crazy looking in the art bag for a rainbow worksheet. It is not there. This is it, and it's a butterfly dot to dot. So sorry for those of you that are going to take the 10 minutes to look through the art bag if you don't watch this first. I don't know what I was thinking. Okay. So we have, oh, I know what we're going to do next. It's right here. We have the tissue, art, flower, and butterfly. And in the next tutorial video, I will show you the 2 different techniques of how you can apply, the kiddos can apply the tissue paper that'll look really pretty. And then the last thing that we're going to talk about is the Father's Day art. So we've got the Father's Day card. So this will obviously be glued onto this entire piece of paper, and then it will be folded shut. And then once it's folded, you can put, you've got that, Dad, you're out of this world. And there's a picture underneath of rockets and planets and stars, and the kiddos can just cut this out. You might need to draw like a rectangle for them so they have a guide to cut, and this will fit on the front of the card when you fold it in half. So you put that, and then anywhere you can fit the little Dad, you're out of this world would be super cute. And then of course all the questions for Dad that they will need help from or with. Then we have, it takes a big heart to hold a little hand, and this is for their handprints. So they can do it this way, like one on this side and one on this side, or even just one in the middle, and it's gonna be super cute. Dads are gonna love it. And then on the back, it says me and my dad, and this is for them to draw a picture of them with their dad. So that is it. It says on our calendar we are going to be removing the shell of an egg in vinegar. I am actually going to do that at my house too, so we can all talk about it, and each day, what does it look like each day and how it changes. I can't wait to hear from you guys and see pictures of your science projects and art projects. I hope you have fun with it. Okay, bye.